Valley Sports, the home of the Clippers, Angels, and Ducks.
It's time for Angels Spring Training Baseball this afternoon from Salt River Fields in Scottsdale. The Angels are on the road to take on the NL West Colorado Rockies. Angel fans making their way to Salt River Fields as the Angels look to extend their winning streak, having won the last two in Cactus League play. Terry Smith along with Bobby Valentine. We're glad to be with you for a string of games here in the Cactus League. Bob, the Angels have been playing very well. We're getting a chance to see a lot of new faces. There's a new coaching staff. There's a new manager. One of the young core players for the Angels is Zach Neto. And Zach Neto, along with O'Hoppe and Shonowell, you can go on and on. Neto was on display yesterday in Tempe. Had a big game, had a pair of extra base hits, drove in 3 runs, and he's a young player who might be coming into his own.
There's no doubt in my mind if he stays healthy, he'll be one of the top shortstops in the league. This is a guy who swings the bat extremely well. If he bats tonight, he'll be the best ninth place hitter in the league. I think he'll be hitting in the middle of the order before the year is over. But understand, these numbers that you're ready to see of his RBIs last year and 289 at-bats, the last month of the season he came back and he had a stiff back. He wasn't ready to play, so you throw out another 50 at-bats. He had 34 and about 250. That's 70 in a full season, and that makes him a really good shortstop. But remember, Terry, Ron Washington hangs his hat on being the guru of infield instructors. He's going to the infield Hall of Fame, and the guy that he leans on in the infield is the shortstop. And that shortstop for this team will be Zach Neto, and he's going to take on that full responsibility. The responsibility of catching it, throwing it, and leading his fellow infielders. I'm really excited about what this kid is going to bring to the team.
Well, we're watching him grow right in front of our eyes. Zach Neto, he'll be in the lineup for the Angels today, batting in the 9-hole and playing shortstop. Erica Weston had a chance to visit with Zach Neto and also with Angels manager, new skipper Ron Washington.
Terry, when Zach Neto heard that Ron Washington was going to be his manager this offseason, he was immediately excited, considering his work turning infielders into Gold Glovers. He was so excited, he even texted Logan O'Hoppe to make sure it was true, and they got right to work this spring doing some work in the backfields. Here's a look.
Hand out cover, hand out cover. See how I'm covering this way? Yep. You don't want him to do this. That's alligator, man. Yeah. Ain't no bad fungo. So far, so good. We ain't done yet. Oh! A little shaky there. Yeah. It's all right. That's 97 ground balls he just picked up. 97 on this. But he challenged me. So I put a little different spin on the ball, and I got him. Pretty good. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Baseball coming your way next. Yesterday, the young arms on the staff showing off today. We've got some veterans that are set to make their appearance on the mound. We'll have lineups and first pitch coming your way next after the break. Angels Baseball is brought to you by Hyundai. Get away with great deals on every new Hyundai, only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit buyhyundai.com today. Buy Jack in the Box 2 tacos for 99 cents online and on the Jack app, and buy Morongo.
Angels Baseball is brought to you by OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angelsocnavigator.org. And by Pechanga Resort and Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga, conveniently located right off the I-15 in Temecula. Back at Salt River Fields here in Scottsdale. Terry Smith along with Bobby Valentine. Let's give you the lineups. They've been exchanged at home plate with our umpiring crew. First up for the Colorado Rockies, leading it off will be their designated hitter, Charlie Blackmon. Batting number 2 at first base, Chris Bryant. Hitting third in left field, Nolan Jones. The second baseman batting cleanup, that will be Brendan Rodgers. Ryan McMahon will be at third base. He bats number 5. Hitting sixth, all-star catcher a year ago, Elias Diaz for Colorado, and the bottom third of their batting order. In right field, batting 7th, Sean Bouchard. At shortstop, batting out of the number 8 spot, Ezekiel Tovar, just 22 years old, had a nice rookie season a year ago. And Brent Doyle, who was a Gold Glove winner in center field for the Rockies last season, he will bat 9th and play center. The starting pitcher for the Rockies just about ready to start his warm-up tosses, Austin Gomber. And he is a lefty, 30 years old, 6'5", big guy, goes about 220. 99 record, 27 starts a year ago. ERA was at 5.50. Here's the lineup today for the Angels, and the leadoff man will be Taylor Ward. He'll be in left field. Nolan Shonowell at first base will bat number 2. Mike Trout, the center fielder, hits third. The third baseman batting cleanup today, Anthony Rendon. At second base, batting number 5, Brandon Drury. Aaron Hicks in right field, bats number 6. Matt Thaiss will do the catching and bat 7th. Jason Martin, a non-roster player in Angels camp, some prior Major League experience, though. He'll DH, and he will bat number 8. And Zach Neto, the Angels shortstop, had a nice day yesterday in Tempe. He will bat number 9. Starting pitcher for the Angels is 34-year-old lefty Tyler Anderson, 6'2", 220-pounder. He had a 6-6 record a year ago in 27 games, 25 starts. His ERA at 5.43, and it'll be the first start this spring for Tyler Anderson. Both of these teams playing 500 baseball so far here in the Cactus League. Angels playing their 6th game, 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. The Rockies have already played 6, and they are 3-3. So we are just about ready for baseball. Rock Ballou is the home plate umpire, and the umpires on the bases, Bruce Dreckman, he's the crew chief. We also have Lance Barrett and Alex Tosi. So we are just about set for baseball here on this Wednesday. First batter up for the Angels, Taylor Ward. Angels have on their red tops and the gray pants, and the first pitch, that's a little tapper foul right near home plate. So we're underway, and the count is no balls and a strike. And Bobby Valentine, what a picture perfect day it is today here in the Valley.
It's perfect for baseball. There's no doubt about that. And Taylor's up there swinging at that first pitch.
Here's the next delivery, and he hits a line shot right at the third baseman. So it was hit hard, but right at Ryan McMahon. So that is the game's first out. And Nolan Shonowell, the Angels' left-handed hitting first baseman, will step up to the plate. Angels have a few lefty batters in the lineup. Shonowell is one of them. And he's had a hit in all 3 games he's played in so far. Here's the first pitch, and that's on the outside part of the plate. That's a called strike. 75 degrees, bright sunshine, and the ball game was precisely on time today at 12:10 back to Southern California. Here's the next pitch. That's bounced by the mound, and diving and trying to come away with that grounder is Tovar, but he has it skip off his glove, and that's another hit for Shonowell. So he keeps getting his hits.
You're going to say that all year long, Terry. He's a hitter. He sees the ball extremely well, sprays the ball all over the park. And this year in batting practice thus far, they've shown a great deal of power.
So Mike Trout will be the batter. And time was called by the home plate umpire, Rock Ballou, as Trout backed down to the box. Now he gets ready to get back in there. Have the infielders spread apart. They're playing backed up. Double play depth, middle part of the infield. Here's the first one on Trout. And that's a pitch that missed inside for ball one. Mike Trout has yet to get a hit this spring. No one seems to be panicking about that. Has hit the ball hard and was robbed of a hit, probably an extra base hit yesterday against Milwaukee. The next pitch, that's a little tapper fouled off.
And Terry, he and Johnny Washington, the Washington #2 on the coaching staff, the hitting instructor, have really been working on Mike getting himself in a position to attack the fastball.
So he digs in, and here comes the next pitch, the 1-1. He swings a little late on that one, fouls it off over by the Rockies dugout. That's over on the first base side. Colorado, they have on the purple tops. That's one of their team colors, their primary color. They have their white pants on today. Have a fair crowd on hand. They have a lot of the lawn seating here at Salt River Fields. Left field, left center, right field, right center. Trout hits one to right center field. Chasing after it is Bouchard, and he makes a nice running catch. Donowell was on the move, but he'll have time to get back to first base. So Trout is retired. That is the second out, and Anthony Rendon will be the next batter.
And you saw Chanel really getting a good jump, and Bo Porter at first base is the base running coach, and they're talking about what he did and when he did it, and I think everything was perfect. He got a break on the ball. He went deep towards second base. The ball was caught in right center field. He was able to stop and get back to the bag easily.
So at the plate now is Rendon, and Anthony takes that pitch for a called strike. Rendon's yet to get a hit so far this spring. Gomber fastball, top out around 95. Pretty good curveball. Will throw a slider and a changeup. And here's the next pitch. That's right in there for a called strike. Angels have brought a lot of their regulars here for this ball game today. And the Rockies, 8 of their 9 are everyday players in their lineup. There's a fastball misses outside.
And it is a different look early in the spring, Terry, to see regular players and veteran players playing back-to-back games, and in particular going on the road.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's the next pitch, and Rendon taking that one. It was framed by Diaz. Pitch goes Rendon's way, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. He gets on. Drury waiting on deck, the Angels second baseman. Gomber's pitch, here goes Shotwell. The pitch is a ball, the throw to second, and it's a stolen base. So Shotwell, who did not have a single stolen base last year in the brief time he was with the Angels, played under 30 games, gets a steal here.
Speed is not one of the assets that he possesses, but with Bo Porter, they saw the left-hander. He gave away his move, and he had a great jump, stole a base with 2 outs.
And here's the next delivery, and that one is going to be ball 4. Gomber thought he had Rendon looking. He was coming off the mound. He can't believe the call by the home plate umpire, but it's ball 4. It's a walk. Angels have a pair on with 2 outs. Brandon Drury will be the next batter.
And Terry, I mentioned Bo Porter at first. Bo is working with the base runners, but he is not at first today.
Yeah.
I'm checking to see who it is.
So the batter now is Brandon Drury, and here's the pitch. And that's a pitch that's a little bit low and inside for a ball. It's a breaking ball.
Yeah, T.K. Johnson, the AAA manager's out at first, and you know, Ron Washington wants guys to be versatile and understand, have the same language at all. Here's the pitch.
That one is chase and a miss. So it's now 1 ball and 1 strike on Drury.
Yeah, the same language, all levels in the minor leagues. So the managers at different levels are taking coaching spots at the big league games.
Here's the delivery, and that is on the inside corner. And
kind of.
Drury not too happy with that call, so it's gone both ways here in this inning. Gomber didn't like the pitch was called ball 4 to put Rendon on. Might have got a break on that one. It's 1-2 here on Brandon Drury, and the 2-strike pitch, it hits him. It comes in and gets a piece of him.
And that's why you wear that elbow protector. I think every hitter should wear as much protection as possible. That used to leave a mark and leave a knot for a week and a half before that elbow protector was used, and that was full contact, but there's no bruise.
Yep. The lead arm for a right-handed batter, that left arm got him around the elbow. So runners are everywhere, and we'll see if the Angels can cash in. Aaron Hicks will be the batter. And he's been hot so far here in the early going at the plate for the Angels. Veteran player. Here's the pitch. And that one a little bit low and away. Of all the position players in the lineup, Hicks, who's a newcomer, is the oldest player. He's 34 years old. Was with the Yankees and the Orioles last year. SoCal native. Takes, and that one is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes.
And one of the places he can really add to this outfield is hitting from the right side against left-handed pitchers. He's had much success in the past, and he's a good defensive player.
Switch hitter digs in. And the 2-0 swings at that one and lifts it high in the air. It's an easy play in center field. Waiting for it to come down is a Gold Glover from a year ago. That's Brenton Doyle, and he'll put it away, and that will end the inning. So the Angels loaded them up, but leave 3 runners on base. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app. Tyler Anderson set to go for the Angels. Bottom of the first. Scoreless here at Salt River Fields. First pitch on Charlie Blackmon. A pitch that misses. And the count's 1 ball, no strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup. Anderson's next delivery. And Blackmon swings. Lifts a high fly ball into right center field. It's carrying deep. But Trout has a beat on it. And right near the rim of the track, Mike Trout will gather that one in. Blackmon gave it a good ride, but he's easy out, and Chris Bryant will be the next batter.
Bryant's a real challenge. He's the guy who likes the ball out over the plate, likes it down. Anderson works that part of the plate often.
Right-handed batter at the plate, and here's the pitch on Chris Bryant. He takes that one for a called strike. Bryant is hoping to bounce back. He had a tough season a year ago. He missed about half of the games last season, played in only 80 games. He had a heel problem last year. Swings and pops one up. Very shallow center field. Trout is signaling he has it. He's under, and he'll make the catch. He was calling off Brandon Drury, who was backpedaling to second baseman. So a couple of putouts for Mike Trout. Nolan Jones will be the next batter.
And that was a fastball in that Tyler Anderson really needs against this right-handed hitting lineup. And he got it right where he needed it.
So 2 quick outs. He's thrown only 4 pitches, gotten 2 outs. And here's the pitch. Little low and inside. Nolan Jones is the batter. He's a lefty hitter. And he was a guy a year ago kind of quietly had a 2020 season. And right on the button, as a matter of fact, the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. He had 20 homers and 20 stolen bases last year. .297 batting average for him. Played in over 100 games, everyday player. Here's the pitch, and that one framed by the catcher, Matt Bice. That was called a ball. Placed behind the plate today around the infield. Shotwell at first, Drury at second, Rendon's at third, and Neto is the shortstop. Here's Anderson's delivery. Chopper foul over on the first base side.
Terry Anderson has that peculiar leg kick as he delivers the ball. He comes up with his leg and then delivers the ball with a double pump of the bottom part of his leg. This year, it's a little later than it was last year, interestingly.
Here's the next delivery, and he's way high with that one. And Place had to reach up to catch that. Obviously, he's comfortable pitching that way, and that could be some deception for the hitter, I would think, right?
You know, and it's only when he gets on the mound. He doesn't play catch that way. He just gets on the mound and double kicks.
Yep. Next pitch, and he got him to chase a high fastball, threw it by him, struck him out, and that will end the inning. We are headed to the second inning. No score. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio. Also available on the Angels Radio app. We get set for the second inning. New pitcher in the ball game for the Rockies, and he is a SoCal native. His name is Noah Davis. Went to Huntington Beach High School. Pitched collegiately for the Gauchos at UC Santa Barbara. Fastball, he'll sink it. Slider, cutter, changeup. He was in 8 games, 6 starts for the Rockies a year ago. Did not fare very well. 0-4 record. ERA was over 8. First pitch, and this one here off the bat of Matt Thies is lifted down the left side. It's going to land foul in the Angels bullpen. So Thies, who is off and running, will have to head back to the plate.
That's right, Terry. This time of the spring, Matt is excited about the left-hander being out of the game and the right-hander being in the game. Wants to see the ball coming in from that side of the mound and was hacking first pitch.
Austin Gomber, their starter, faced 6 batters in that first inning. Walked one, hit one, gave up a hit, but he left, leaving the bases loaded. The Angels failed to score in the first. Next pitch, that caught the outside corner. That's a called strike. It was a fastball. Price asking for time, steps out of the batter's box.
He has seen, when he's behind the plate, a very erratic strike zone, and here at the plate, he thought that ball was away and took a little time out to get his breath.
So Theis is back in there, down 0-2. Here's the delivery. It's a bouncing ball hit on the right side. Skips off the glove of the second baseman. Recovering is Rogers. His throw, though, is going to take the first baseman, Ryan, off the bag. So Theis is on. And the Angels have the leadoff man on the error by the second baseman, Brendan Rogers.
As an infielder, you want to catch the ball, but you also want to know the speed of the runner. He had plenty of time after he missed that ball to make a good throw to first, but the throw was erratic, and Matt's on the base.
He had trouble 2 different ways, stopping that one and throwing it. Here's the pitch, and that is pitched in the inner part of the plate for a called strike on Jason Martin.
And Jason's been very impressive. Ron Washington wants to see as much as he can here early in the spring, get a good read on a new player.
Already had 3 hits here in the early going for the Angels, and he fouls that one back. He's hit a home run. Angels have some of their former stars here in camp now, and they're actually at the game. Tim Salmon is in uniform. David Eckstein is in uniform.
And Gooby.
And, well, yeah, Gooby was more of a star with Kansas City. But, yeah, Mark Ubisow, my longtime family friend. He is here in uniform. And they're all down in that Angel dugout on the third base side. Count is no balls and 2 strikes here on Martin. Next pitch. And that ball's hit into right field. It's hit well. It's going to bounce on out onto the warning track. Just getting to it is Bouchard. And that's going to be a long single, as it turns out. The Angels have runners at the corners. Pretty good job by Bouchard to hold Martin to a hit on that one. Angels have something brewing, though. Runners at the corners with no outs. And Zach Neto will be the next batter.
Nice job by Martin, keeping that ball fair, cutting in on his hands. He was able to get his hands in, get the barrel of the bat, and get a ball that looked like a double, but a real nice play, as you mentioned, Terry, to keep it to 1 base.
Neto is the batter. Well, Jason Martin opening up some eyes here in the opening week of games in the Cactus League for the Angels. And he's on the move. The runner at first breaks. The throw to second is going to be in time, says the second base umpire. And you can't challenge these calls in spring training, boy. He has fired that one to second base. The lead runner, Theis, holding at third. That's the first out.
First out at second base, but one thing we've seen this spring, Terry, is a lot of guys going in feet first on their slides, not the head first dive, and that feet first slide might have cost the stolen base.
So 1-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. Neto takes that one outside. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of Angels Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball. Davis is set. Infield is in. Runner at third. The pitch on Neto. And he takes that one a little bit high. He's worked a 3-0 count. Neto drove in 3 runs yesterday out of that 9-hole, and he has a chance to get an RBI here. Outfield straight away. The pitch. That caught the outside corner.
Terry, you're going to hear one of the themes of this camp from Johnny Washington, the hitting coach, is situational hitting. And this is one where you want to use the big part of the park. Hit a fly ball and hit it from gap to gap.
Neto waits, and the 3-1. Swings at that one, fouls it off right side. That's going to get back and out of play. So Philip Davis has battled back from 3-0 to run the count full on Neto. Taylor Ward waiting on deck.
And with the infield end here, often you'll see the contact play. Not sure that Theis will be running contact, but Ron Washington, the manager, wants to execute as many plays as possible. You might see it here.
Full count. The pitch. Bounces one. It's out by the mound by the pitcher, but stopped by the second baseman Rogers. No break by the base runner Theis, so he stays at third, and Neto turns out to be an easy out at first. So there was no contact play on that one, and now the Angels trying to get someone in with 2 outs. And here's Taylor Ward.
You know, the body language at third base by Theis is that the contact was on, but he thought it was back to the pitcher, so he froze. It was over the pitcher's head, and now he's saying, oh, shucks.
And the pitch, that's a line shot that's going to drop in for Ward. That's an RBI hit, so the Angels get Theis in anyway, and the Angels are on the scoreboard with a 1-0 lead. Taylor Ward hitting the ball hard both times up today, gets a hit and a run batted in with that one, and Nolan Shotwell will be the next batter.
I am not more excited about anything more than Taylor Ward coming back from being beamed and not missing a beat.
Yeah, very encouraging to see it. Shotwell has a hit, also a stolen base. Pickoff toss, and Ward dives back to the bag.
The stolen base will be part of the arsenal for the Angels this year.
Yeah, I didn't see the Angels do a whole lot of base stealing last season. That could very well change this year. Here's the pitch. That's a liner into left center, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Shotwell has another hit, making a turn, stopping at second will be Ward. So that's the third hit in the inning, and now Mike Trout will step up with a couple on and 2 outs.
People are going to talk about the ability of Nolan Shotwell to hit, to take pitches that are balls and to hit pitches that are strikes, and he uses the entire field. That was a bullet to left center field. So
Trout, who flied out to right his first time up, will be the batter. Hit a ball pretty deep. A routine play. There's the pitch on Mike Trout, and that's right in there for a called strike. 0-1 is the count. Here's the next one on Mike, and he takes that pitch a little bit outside. While we have a chance, we want to congratulate Angels Senior Director of Communications Adam Chachko and his wife Krista, who welcomed earlier today their third child, Owen James Chachko. Was born earlier this morning. Owen joins his big sister Emma and big brother Ethan and the Chachko family. So we want to congratulate and salute the Chachkos. And Mike Trout will be hoping to celebrate the birth of his next child. His wife is pregnant, about midway through the pregnancy, and the Trouts are going to have another baby boy. The pitch, ground ball hit on the right side. It's stopped by the first baseman, and Bryant will solo to the bag. Trout is retired, and that'll do it for the Angels. A run in the inning, though. It was up 1-0. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
he took 2 innings.
1-0 Angels. We begin the bottom of the second, and Tyler Anderson back for a second inning and a nice clean bottom of the first, and he delivers a strike on the leadoff batter here for Colorado, Brendan Rodgers. Right-handed batter, and the pitch. That's low and away. 1-1 is the count. Rodgers missed most of last season, played in only 46 games, hit .258. Second baseman for Colorado. Here's the next delivery. Check swing. Did he go after that one? No, they say he was holding. 2-1 is the count. Rodgers had shoulder surgery last year that had him sidelined. He's a former Gold Glover. Here's the pitch. Lines one fair on the right side. That's going to roll down near the right field corner. He's going to turn but hold up with a leadoff single. Hicks did a good job getting to that ball down the right field side, and that's the first hit of the ball game for the Rockies. The batter now will be Ryan McMahon.
Now Tyler Anderson gets to work out of the stretch for the first time to see how that new leg kick works out of the stretch. And I wonder if he has a pickoff move off of it. It'd be very interesting if he does.
Rodgers over there at first base. He's not much of a threat to be running. Did not steal a base last year, and the first pitch that's in there for a called strike on McMahon. McMahon, pretty good numbers a year ago. 23 homers. Drove in 70 runs. Takes that pitch low for a ball. 1-1 strike is the count. McMahon went to Mater Dei High School. Born in Yorba Linda. Toss over to first base. Runner gets back.
There's the pickoff move with a higher leg kick. Let's see if he has a high leg kick and a delivery to the plate now.
So 1-1 is the count. 1-0 the score. Angels on top on him the second. That's fouled back behind the plate. Our ball game today on Valley Sports West, also on Angels Radio, a simulcast today. Counts 1-2 strikes here on McMahon. Next pitch, swings at that one and pops it in the air, not very deep in left center. Coming in and sprawling, unable to make the catch is Ward, and the runner at first just barely got the second in time. Rodgers thought that ball might be caught, and for a moment it looked like Ward might have made the catch, but he went sprawling in and could not hold on. So that's going to be a bloop single, and they have a pair of hits to start off the inning.
And I'm not sure if Drury saw the safe sign by the umpire as Taylor Ward threw that ball in the second. A little stretch would have gotten a force play at second, but Brandon was just catching the ball on one half and kind of looking to first base. The umpire wasn't demonstrative enough.
Yeah. So here's Diaz, their catcher, who had an all-star season last year, hit .267, 14 home runs. Anderson getting on the same page on the sign from Theis. Now he's ready. Here's the pitch, and a chase and a miss. Gave him an off-speed pitch right there, and the count 0-1.
That's the best changeup he's thrown today, Terry, with that short and quick double leg kick. It's almost impossible for the hitter to hit that on the first pitch.
Changeup in the past has always been a good pitch for Anderson. He did not use it all that much last season, but he's had a good one in the past. That was a nice one he started off Diaz with. Here's the next pitch, and that one is low again with the off-speed delivery. So it's 1-1 strike.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups trying to induce that ground ball. Have the catcher at the plate. The infielders have been working all spring with Rom Washington on fielding and playing catch with their teammate. Now Theis is out in front of the plate signaling to the infielders on where they'll throw the ball if both runners go. Little late, but we got the sign out.
Diaz had stepped out of the box. He's just getting back in there. Bouchard, their right fielder, waits on deck. And here's the next pitch. Fly ball lifted into left field. Taylor Ward is right there waiting for it to come down, and he will make the grab. So an easy out. Was way up in the air. Sean Bouchard will be the next hitter.
And the fastball only at 88 miles an hour, but after those two changeups, it was plenty enough to get in on Diaz and get a weak fly ball to left field.
Bouchard is the batter. He spent a little bit of time with the Rockies a year ago. Just 21 games at .316. And he's the only non-regular in their lineup today, and he's going to bloop one down the right side. That's going to drop in for a hit. They're going to get one run in on it, and they'll have runners at second and third. And this ball game is tied up at 1.
Yeah, first pitch fastball got in on him. Jam shot, as you mentioned, Terry, down the right field line. Not much you could do about that. Good piece of hitting.
So Anderson, who had a clean first inning, things not going quite as well here in the second. 3 of the 4 batters have had hits, and they're threatening to get more with runners at second and third. 1 out. Their young shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar, will be the next batter. Now Theis went out, had a visit with Tyler Anderson.
Terry here with men on second and third. You see the infield, and probably won't see this during the season, but Ron wants to execute as many plays as possible.
Sure, working on things in the spring in the pitch, and that is a good changeup there, chased and missed. Way in front was Tovar. 0-1 is the count. Right-handed batter at the plate. And the pitch, this is grounded to short. It skips off the glove of Neto, and then it caroms to Rendon. He's going to get the runner in a rundown between second and third. They have scored a run to get the lead, but the Angels eventually get that runner out between second and third base, Bouchard. That was a ball there that Neto had skip away from him, but luckily right to Rendon.
They've been working on the backhand and the snatch backhand that Ron Washington preaches, and Zach went after the ball properly, just hit off the heel of his glove. Luckily, ricocheted right over to Anthony, who got the put out.
That one will go shortstop to third baseman to second baseman, back to the third baseman, Rendon, who applied the tag. Here's the pitch. That's lined in the right, and it's going to fall in for another hit. So Brenton Doyle wasted little time there with a single. Now they have runners at first and second. 2-1 in favor of Colorado here. Unfortunately for Tyler Anderson, this inning kind of resembles a few that he had last year with the Angels. He had some trouble getting the final out a lot of times.
And the fastball command was the problem last year and a problem here today.
And here is Blackman going after the first pitch. He lifts a high fly ball to center field. Trout has a beat on it. Back pedals under. He'll put it away, and that will end the inning. But a couple of runs here for the Rockies. They have a 2-1 lead as we get ready to hit to the third. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app. Third inning we go. Angels down by a run, 2-1. And Anthony Rendon will lead things up. Here's the first pitch. He moved away from that one. That was a good breaking ball in there for a called strike. Still out on the mound is Noah Davis. Angels scored an unearned run against him last inning. Rendon walked his first time up today. Next pitch takes, and that's a strike on the outside corner. So the Angels third baseman down, no balls and 2 strikes. Rendon, Drury, and Hicks the batters here against the reliever Noah Davis. 2-strike pitch, and that one was a little bit outside. Close pitch to take with 2 strikes, but it goes Rendon's way. Infield is back, outfield straight away on the Angels third baseman. Here's the delivery. He lines that one into left field, and that's going to fall in for a hit. Got it off the end of the bat, and that kind of froze Nolan Jones out there. He didn't get a real good jump in on that one, and Rendon has his first hit this spring. He's on to start things off, and Drury the batter.
2 breaking balls for strikes, a fastball that just missed the way and then came back with a breaking ball again, hit off the end of the bat like you said, Terry, for a base hit. And let's see if the Angels have something brewing.
Drury got hit by a pitch his first time up. That was against their starter Austin Gomber. Goes after the first pitch there and fouls that one off.
Anthony Rendon at first base, looking at the signs. Over to Eric Young Sr. coaching at third base.
Davis has a new baseball. He's ready. 0-1 the count on Drury. Pickoff toss. It was high, but it was caught over there by Bryant, who's a pretty big guy. Rendon back standing up. Angels already in this ball game have had 5 hits, but also leaving 5 on base. Here's the pitch, and that is in there for a called strike. So the count is 0-2. Aaron Hicks, the batter, waiting on deck. Another part of that infield, a double play depth. Outfield straight away the pitch, and checking on that one is Drury. They say he was holding on the appeal.
I wonder if a memo went out to the umpires not to call check swings this spring, because I've seen about 5 of them that had all been safe swing calls.
On the hitter's way. Next delivery, that's fouled off right side, way back and out of play. The Salt River Fields here in Scottsdale, a facility that the Rockies share with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So there's pretty much a game here every day, whether it's a Rockies home game or a D-backs home game in the Cactus League. Next delivery, hit in the air to left field, backpedaling on that one. Now stopping and making the grab on it is Nolan Jones. So out number 1, routine flyout. Aaron Hicks will be the batter. Angel fans, don't forget, Star Wars weekend continues on Saturday, April the 27th with a Mandalorian Rally Monkey giveaway to the first 25,000 fans at the Big A. Visit angels.com/promotions. So here is Hicks, who flied out the center his first time up. He takes low and inside. The Angels have Carlos Estevez up in the bullpen. We've yet to see him pitch. He was the Angels closer and an all-star a year ago, although he did struggle in the second half of last season. Here's the next delivery, and that is inside.
A lot of work being gotten here in the spring training game. Aaron Hicks getting a at-bat right-handed, now one left-handed.
Mentioning Estevez out there in the bullpen for the Angels. He's with the Rockies for a number of years, so still has some friends on the opposite side.
Indeed he does. He was out early, Terry, and shaking hands and getting hugs from multiple players in the purple uniform.
Yeah. 2-0 on Hicks, and he takes low, and the count goes to 3-0. Davis faced 6 batters last inning, and the Angels had 3 hits against them. Also had a batter get on an error, but he was able to limit the damage for the most part, just the 1 run in the inning. Here's the 3-0, and that is inside, ball 4. 2 are on against the reliever Noah Davis here with 1 out. Matt Thaiss will be the next Angel batter here in the 3rd.
Aaron Hicks's resume has bold letters that he works the count. There are 4 pitches. Was ready to hit on all of them, including the 3-0 pitch, but took the balls. Good job.
Here's Thaiss batting. And he looks the first one over. That's in there. 0-1 is the count. Now Thaiss, the Angels' backup catcher, the way things would appear here in spring training. Left-handed batter takes that one. It's a little bit up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Matt's a real good fastball hitter, hoping on a 1-1 count that he gets one here. He could drive it in the gap.
Thaiss had 9 home runs last year for the Angels, and he played in a little less than 100 games last year. The pickoff toss to second, and back to the bag safely goes Rendon, the lead runner. That was Tovar, the shortstop, on the receiving end of the throw. He's kind of playing, shading towards second base. Third baseman McMahon way off the line at third. He's headed closer to the shortstop hole. 1-1 pitch, and Thaiss loses his bat as he fouls that one back to the seats behind home plate. That went flying over by the Rockies on deck circle.
It wasn't a fastball, but it was inside. Matt not only pulled his hands in, but pulled the bat in and threw it over his right shoulder. Luckily, the fans are protected by these new screens that are up. Otherwise, someone would have a bruise and a souvenir.
Yep. Thaiss on that swing landed on a knee, so he was kneeling at the plate with no bat in his hands. And here's the 1-2. He swings at that one, and he missed it. Struck him out. Off-speed delivery there.
Yeah, it came down to that same breaking ball. Down and in this time. Matty swung right over it.
First strikeout for Davis. 2 outs now in the inning. Angels have him at first and second. In the first inning, the Angels left the bases loaded, failed to score. Left 2 on last inning, got a run, and have 2 more on here in the 3rd. Here's the pitch, and that's grounded fair on the first base side right at Bryant, and he's going to retire Martin, who was first ball swinging on the unassisted play. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. Rockies lead the Angels 2-1. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
Meet Ken White.
Angels make a pitching change as Carlos Estevez is the new pitcher. Tyler Anderson worked 2 innings. He allowed 4 hits, 2 runs earned, no walks, 1 strikeout. He threw 26 pitches, 18 for strikes. Like Matt Place had a little equipment repair, and the Angels catcher now back behind the plate. Here's the first delivery, and that's right in there for a called strike. Chris Bryant is the batter. Estevez has the sign. Here's the next pitch, and that 0-1 a little bit low and away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mentioned earlier, Estevez was with the Rockies. Began his major league career 2016. He was with them through the 2022 season. And the next delivery, that's a liner into left field. That's going to roll down near the left field corner. Just getting to it is Ward. Headed for second and coasting in there with a leadoff double is Chris Bryant. Hit number 5 in the game for the Rockies. And the next batter now will be Nolan Jones, their left fielder.
Carlos has come to spring training working on different pitches. That looked to be his cutter that he's been working on, about 91 miles an hour up in the zone. Not exactly the location he was trying for.
Here's the pitch. That one fastball, and it misses a little high and away. Estevez had 31 saves last year and 35 save opportunities, so his percentage was good. He had a save success rate of 89%. There's a pitch that is taken and in there for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Another pitch he's working on, a changeup that worked its way back to the strike zone after starting off at the hitter.
Here's the right-hander's delivery, and a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Neto's still in the dirt waiting for it to come down. He'll make the catch on that one, and Bryant has to hold at second. Easy out, 1 away. Brendan Rodgers, their second baseman, will be the next batter. Estevez will be a free agent at the end of the year when he signed with the Angels, and that was just before last season. He signed a 2-year deal. Big guy, goes around 270 pounds, 6'6". And here's the pitch. And that was a breaking ball that misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Big guy, really well liked on the team. Kept the bullpen together for the most part last year with his leadership.
Yep. Here's his next delivery, and this is a pop-up on the first base side. Shonewell near the coaching box in foul ground on the first base side will put it away. Easy out. Back-to-back pop-outs here against the need of their batting order, and Ryan McMahon will be the next batter. McMahon has a hit. He's also scored a run. Each team with 5 hits. Rockies have a 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 3rd here from Salt River Fields. And the pitch. Hard hit grounder through on the right side. Runner goes into 3rd. They're going to wave him home, and there will be no throw to the plate as McMahon gets his second hit. That's an RBI single, and the Rockies add on. It's 3-1.
Hey, Carlos, thus far this inning has had success with his other pitches, but his fastball velocity is down. It's only 93, 94, and once again the fastball gets hit for a hit.
Stepping up to the plate now is going to be a pinch hitter, and this is Drew Romo. Switch hitter will bat from the left side. He's batting for Diaz, and he is a catcher, so he'll probably remain in the ball game. First pitch in there. The count's 0-1. 2 outs, a run in. Ground ball hit the first. Fair ball. Shotwell blocks it. And now will just put his foot on the bag after scooping that ball up to end the inning. Unassisted play. A run in the inning, though, for the Rockies. They have a 3-1 lead. We're headed to the fourth. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio. Also available free on the Angels Radio app. New pitcher in the ball game is Carson Palmquist. He takes over for Noah Davis, and the batter for the Angels checking the swing on the first pitch there, Zach Neto, and they say it's in there for strike one. No balls and 1 strike. Next delivery, and that's a pitch that is a little bit low. It evens up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Neto fouls that one off over by the Rockies on deck circle, where some of the coaching staff is seated outside the dugout. Buddy Black, their manager, one of the Angels pitching coach, and one of the good guys in the game. The pitch, and that one is a little bit inside. Two and two, the count on Neto. Palmquist is a lefty. His delivery. Fly ball lifted into center field. Backpedaling is Doyle, and he circles under, makes the catch, and that'll be the first out. 1 away. Taylor Ward will be the batter. Fans, don't forget to register your little angel for the Junior Angels Kids Club. It's presented by OC Waste and Recycling. Members receive 4 ticket vouchers, a bag, a t-shirt, and more for only $20 plus shipping. Visit angels.com/Junior Angels. Here's Taylor Ward at the plate. He's driven in the only Angel run, and he lines this one in the gap in left center field, and it'll split the outfielders, go all the way out to the wall. Headed into second base, and stopping there with a 1-out double, his second hit of the day, is Taylor Ward.
Taylor, who has as much talent as anybody in uniform, is really seeing the ball well right now, hitting it right on the screws, lacing this one in the gap on the first pitch that he sees.
So Ward is on for the second time today. And now Shotwell's had a pair of hits. He will be stepping up to the plate. Lefty against lefty, and the pitch on Shotwell. He looks that one over. It misses for ball 1. In the brief time we saw Shotwell last year with the Angels, and even looking at today's game, he doesn't seem to have too much trouble against left-handers. He hangs in there pretty well. Here's the next delivery, and he looks that one over. That pitch misses. He's a guy, Bobby, I know you've gotten to see him and know him a little bit, and he has great bat-to-ball skills, doesn't he?
And great vision. He picks the ball up so quickly. His takes are so early. It reminds me of Barry Bonds.
Wow. Here's the next pitch. He looks that one over, and that's right in there for a called strike. He was saying, I guess in the offseason, he did something that was kind of unusual, and he did it just to kind of get himself focused for next season. He felt that maybe last year he wore down a little bit with the Angels, and that was understandable, coming right from college and brief time in the minors and then to the big leagues all in the same summer for that matter. That pitch is in there for a called strike. He decided to stay on his feet all day long, day after day in the offseason. The only time he would sit down was to eat a meal.
Spectacular.
2-2 is the count. And ready is Palmquist in the pitch. That's fouled back behind the plate.
He has 2015 vision, and I guess, you know, Ted Williams was always noted as that guy with the best vision in baseball, and he understood the strike zone, and Nolan seems to understand the strike zone as well as any young hitter I've ever seen.
It's an even count, 2-2. The next delivery, he was taking that one a little bit low and away. Full count, 3-2. Counted well in the brief time he was in the big leagues with the Angels last season. He had more walks and strikeouts, and that was really the case throughout his amateur career as well. Worked a full count here, and the 3-2 delivery, swings at that one, grounds it right to second. This will be an easy play. The throw will get him, and that's going to be the second out. Ward does move to third on it, so he's there with 2 outs, and Mike Trout will be the batter.
I was in the clubhouse early this morning, Terry, and watched Mike Trout for about 35 minutes put on an exhibition in the weight room, doing spectacular routines for strength, agility, and quickness. And he's in as good a shape, I think, as I've ever seen him.
Here's the pitch on Mike Trout. That one is in there for a called strike. Well, he's said it so many times already since camp began that he wants to play in games again, and that has been a problem for him last 3 seasons. Trout has missed a lot of time because of injuries. Here's the pitch, and that's a chase and a miss. Good off-speed pitch fooled him there. The count's 0-2.
If these first 2 weeks are any indication, he's going to play a lot of baseball this year. He's in great shape, and he's playing a lot.
Yeah. Seen him in some road games already for the Angels here in the Cactus League. And the 2-strike pitch, he took that one, struck him out. Came in hard stuff there, and Trout just couldn't pull the trigger. The inning is over, and a runner left at third. So we are moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Rockies on top in this ball game. They lead 3-1. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app. Luis Garcia, the new pitcher for the Angels, the third of the day. He takes over for Carlos Estevez. We begin the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 Rockies, and the first pitch from Garcia. That one is taken for ball one. Sean Bouchard is the batter. He's doubled in a run so far today. Angels signed Garcia to a one-year deal during the offseason. He was with the Padres last year. And here's a bouncer fair third base side. Long throw by Rendon. And he gets it there in time. Good job on that throw that was giving out a bit by Shotwell over there at first base to make sure he got the glove down to make the grab. So one away. Batter now will be Tovar. Right-hander against right-hander at the plate. And here's Garcia's pitch. That is right in there for a called strike.
Terry, that was a great throw by Anthony Rendon all the way across the infield. Didn't see that too many times last year. Great to see his arm feeling better.
Yep. One strike is the count. Here's the next pitch, and that is a liner that's caught about waist high by Neto, the shortstop. Tovar retired by his counterpart. That ball was hit sharply. 2 quick outs. Brenton Doyle will be the next batter. Luis Garcia is back for a second go-around with the Angels. He pitched for the Angels the year before the COVID season. He was with the Halos in 2019. He's ready, and here's the pitch. Bouncing ball hit to Rendon. Has it. Has plenty of time. Throw a little bit high, but Shotwell, big target there, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. Quick, clean inning as Garcia sets him down. We're moving to the fifth. It's 3-1 Rockies. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app. Anthony Rendon leads it off for the Angels. We begin the fifth inning. It's 3-1 Colorado, and the first pitch, he takes it high and away for ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Carson Palmquist, the lefty, in for his second inning. He retired 3 of 4 against the Angels last inning, and his next delivery, Rendon taking one. That's on the outside corner. Anthony has a walk and a single. The Angels cleanup man today. Got a hit his last time up, his first one this spring, and that one is low. Moves his feet, gets away from that pitch. 2-1. Angels have some more action in the bullpen. Here's the next pitch way outside, and Rendon has worked a 3-1 count. So Palmquist has the sign from his catcher Romo, and the 3-1. It's fouled back right behind the plate.
Terry, action in the bullpen and action in the dugout. You're probably going to see the lineup turn over a little now with the veterans playing a full 5 innings here in that first week of games. Ron Washington trying to set the tone.
Yep. Most of the regulars likely to get 3 at-bats. This is the 3rd one here for Rendon, and that pitch is in, and that got a piece of it. It would have been ball 4 anyway. It was low and inside. Rendon's okay. So he's on for the 3rd straight time. And Brandon Drury will be the next batter. Second Angel batter to get hit today. Drury awaits, and here's the pitch to him. He takes that one inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Anthony Rendon really seeing pitches today. What you want to do, see him from the right side to the left side, recognize the different pitches as they come in, and I guess we have a little pitching change coming up here. Might not have liked what they saw the last pitch from their left-hander.
Going to bring the athletic trainer out there, it looks like, so I'm not sure if they spotted something from the dugout area, maybe some sort of injury concern. So they're talking to Palmquist. Haven't signaled to the bullpen yet. Angels have Adam Simber up in the bullpen, so we'll likely see him in the bottom of the 5th inning. Darryl Scott is the pitching coach for the Rockies, and it looks like Palmquist is going to leave, so we will have a pitching change, kind of an emergency pitching change as it turns out. So we'll take a break. We get back. The Angels are still batting. We're in the 5th inning. Runner on, no outs. It's 3-1 Colorado. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app. New pitcher is a left-hander. His name is Ty Block. He was with the Rockies last year. 20 games, 13 starts, 3-3 record, 5.54 ERA. I want to remind you the Dodgers will be coming to the Big A on March the 26th for the Exhibition Freeway Series. You can visit angels.com/tickets to secure your seats today. So Block will get a few more warm-up tosses. You got to think he's coming in what amounts to an emergency role, and he's a guy who has a really good changeup. So I'm sure Bobby will be seeing that. That's a big pitch in his arsenal.
Indeed, Terry. You know, and I'd like to just talk a little more about Ron Washington's philosophy. You know, he came to this team and he's heard around the league that the team was a little soft, and he doesn't want to be associated with a team that's thought to be soft, and he's pushing these guys a little so that they can get their body in shape and get their mind in shape. Their mind in shape to play through some, not injuries, but some soreness. He likes guys to post, and the veterans on this team right now are responding very, very properly in the first week of baseball games here in the Cactus League.
Well, the Angels certainly looking to get back to playing winning baseball. 8 straight losing seasons coming into this year. The Angels have missed the postseason 9 years in a row. And whole new coaching staff and a change of philosophy this year with this 24 Angels club.
Ron Washington's been in postseason 14 times, so he has an idea what it takes.
Yep. So Block is ready to go, and here's his pitch, and that one is a chase and a miss. Block assuming that 1-0 count, and so now the count's 1-1. Not sure the reason for Palmquist leaving, but some sort of injury concern. Here's the next pitch. That's ball 2. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels down 3-1. We're in the 5th inning here at Salt River Fields in Scottsdale. Left-hander's delivery. It's a ground ball tipped to short. Looks like 2. Flip to second 1. Relay to first, and that is a double play. There's 2 outs in the inning. Taylor made double play ball. And now Aaron Hicks will be stepping up with 2 gone.
And Terry, you mentioned Block's changeup. That was a good one. He got a ground ball on it. He's kind of different than pitchers of today. He has a short stride. Most pitchers are trying to extend their stride.
And here's the first delivery, and that one on Hicks. He takes it for ball 1. Switch hitter batting right against a lefty. And here's the next delivery on Aaron Hicks. That's low and away. Black has a pretty good slider, fastball, not real overpowering, but that changeup is his pitch, and there was one right there, and that was chased and missed. 2-1 is the count. Here's the next delivery, and that's outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hicks gets on. Theis would be up next. It's a ground ball foul over on the third base side. So now the count full. It's 3-2.
That Theis on deck probably will get one more at bat. Is kind of wishing it was a right-hander out there, I'm sure, but he'll take the at bat against a left-hander.
Here's the next delivery, and there was the changeup, chased and missed, and Hicks a strikeout victim. That will end the inning. So the Angels are retired here in the top of the 5th, bottom of the inning coming up. Rockies on top. They lead it 3-1. Angels have a new pitcher and catcher as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. The new pitcher delivers. That's Adam Simber. First time we've seen him this spring. And the first delivery missed outside for a ball. Charlie Blackmon, the batter, the Rockies leadoff man, veteran player, now 37 years old, takes him. That's a called strike. 1-1 is the count. Simber, one of the new pieces in the Angels bullpen. He was kind of sidelined earlier this month with a left hamstring issue, as that one is lifted foul. It's going to get back out of play on the left side. A little tightness in that left hamstring, so seeing him for the first time. He's a submariner. And here's the next pitch. It's popped high in the air on the left side. Rendon going back. So is Neto, but coming in, making the call and catch is Taylor Ward in shallow left. That's the first.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty.
Enjoys the game of baseball and drops down on right-handers.
Here's the pitch, and the first one right in there. He had an injury-plagued season a year ago, had some right shoulder issues, some back issues, had a back strain. Only appeared in 22 games. He was with Toronto. Next pitch, that's fouled off left side, backing out of play. Angels signed him as a free agent, and he has that low release point, Bobby, as a submariner. Pitch is coming in just a couple feet off the ground when he lets loose. There's a pitch that is inside and misses for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a different look, Terry. Yeah, it's not all the way under like a Kent Tekulve, but it's a low sidearm that's tough on right-handers with that sweeping breaking ball.
Yep, just threw one there, but it was called a ball. 2-2 is the count. Pretty much fastball, slider. Fastball is only going to hit around 90 miles per hour. Here's the 2-strike pitch, and that one there just tipped foul. The new catcher is Zach Humphreys. Takes over for Matt Theis. The rest of the starting lineup still out there in the field for the Angels. It's 3-1 Rockies. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Next delivery, it's bounced fair on the first base side. It was out of the reach of Shonowell. And that's going to be a 1-out hit for Bryant, his second hit of the day.
The pitch was executed really well. A sidearm sinker at 86 miles an hour in on the hands. Bryant just was able to get the head of the bat on it enough to keep it fair down the right field line.
So the batter, Nolan Jones. And it looks like Zach Bean has come in to pinch run, so that's going to be it now for Bryant. He'll be lifted for the pinch runner. Oh, and 1 is the count. Pinch runner getting a good-sized lead over there at first. Draws a throw and hustles back to the bag.
He has a lead and a lean. Looked like he was trying to steal that base. The bench might have seen that, and you might even see a pitch out that they've been working on all spring.
And there he goes, the runner. The pitch is low, and it pops off the mid of the catcher, Humphreys. So that'll be a stolen base for being the pinch runner. Yeah, he just kind of had the feeling he was going to be running on one of these pitches, and he didn't waste a whole lot of time. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Nolan Jones.
Oh.
And he's going to break for third, and the throw by Simber to Rendon, and they get him. He was looking to steal another base right there, and Simber saw him out of the corner of his eye, breaking for third base, and they throw him out. That'll go 1-5, second out in the inning.
The runner thought he would catch the pitcher and the third baseman with their heads down. Luckily, Anthony Rendon, the veteran, was there to make the tag.
2 outs now, no one on. There's a swing and a miss. And the count goes to 1-2. Angels will have the bottom third of the batting order coming up when we get to the 6th inning. 3-1 Rockies, and the pitch that's low and outside. Simber is ready, and the pitch. That's a liner by the mound. It's stopped nicely on a hop by Neto. He's going to throw the batter out. That one got Simber down on the ground quickly. That was headed right towards his head. The inning is over. It'll go 6-3. The 6th inning is coming up. Rockies still on top of this ball game, 3-1. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio. Also available on the Angels Radio app.
Did we just get hustled? There's no way they were set.
Few changes for the Rockies as we get things going here. Angels batting in the top of the 6th inning, down 3-1. Next delivery, and that one, a pitch that misses. Zach Humphreys is batting. First time up for him today. Ty Block is still pitching, but they have changed things up as far as their outfield configuration, and they also have a shortstop in the ballgame. There's one that's fouled back behind the plate. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like Alan Trejo has come in to play shortstop for Ezequiel Torres. And here's the next pitch that's fouled off over on the third base side. In the outfield, they have Zach Bean. He was the pinch runner. He stays in the game. He's in left. Center field, Bradley Zimmer. Right field, Jordan Beck. So a whole new look defensively in the outfield for the Rockies as we get the 6th inning going. We also have a new first baseman, Michael Toglia. And here's the next pitch. That's lifted in the air in the right center field. That's going to fall in. That's going to be a base hit. Humphreys is going to make a huge turn at first. Went about a third of the way to second and then put on the brakes and goes back to the bag. But he has a leadoff single starting off the Angels' 6th inning.
A single possible double off the bat. He was breaking hard out of the box, took a great turn around first base, and then let the outfielder determine whether he would continue on. He put on the brakes with the good throw. That's exactly the way you want a base runner to run the bases.
So here is Jason Martin. He's been the Angels DH today. This is his 3rd time up. He has a hit, and he takes that one for a called strike. Lefty batter. The Angels scored the game's first run today, but trail right now here in the 6th inning, 3-1. Pitch in there for a strike, and it's now 0-2 on Martin. Here's the delivery. Popped up, and that one's foul. It's going to get back and out of play. Goes to our left.
That'll leave a mark.
Looks like the Angels have some action in the bullpen. Hunter Strickland, non-roster invitee, trying to make the Angels roster warming up. The pitch grounded on the left side. It's at the new shortstop. Flip the second one, relay to first, and that is a double play. Back-to-back innings now. Angels have hit into a twin killing. Here's Zach Neto. This will be his third time up. Fans, don't forget you can buy the ticket package that is best for you. Pick the games you want and don't miss out on great seats at the best price. Visit angels.com/ticket plans or call 888-796-HALO. Here's the next delivery, and that's a chase and a miss. 1-0 pitch to Neto. He asks for time as he steps out of the batter's box. See Mickey Moniak in the on-deck circle. If this inning continues, he would be pinch hitting for Taylor Ward, who was the leadoff man today. Ward, a couple of hits. 1-1. Chase and a miss. Good change up there. It's 1-2. Block, as advertised, has come in. He's throwing a lot of changeups. And here's the 1-2 pitch. That one a little bit low. 2-2.
It's a very deceptive changeup. As I mentioned, he has a short stride, so it looks like he's going to come at the hitter. Then he shortens the stride and throws a full arm changeup.
Here's his pitch. Hit on a hop to second. Stopped there by Rogers. And his throw is in time. The inning ends on a 4-3 ground out. Started off with a hit, but that was it for the Angels. Bottom of the sixth is next year at Salt River Fields. It's 3-1 Rockies. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available free on the Angels Radio app. A lot of changes for the Angels, including a new pitcher. Hunter Strickland will take over for the Angels. And the Angels have a whole new look in the infield and in the outfield, for that matter. Run down the new faces in just a moment. Here's Strickland's pitch, and that's fouled back behind the plate. The ball's in, 1 strike. Brendan Rodgers is batting. This is his third time up, their second baseman. Strickland replaces Simber. And Simber ended up facing 3 batters in the inning, even though he did allow a hit. That's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. No runs, no walks, and no strikeouts for Simber. He picked up that runner trying to steal third, you might recall. So Strickland is in there, and he is the 5th pitcher of the day for the Angels. And there's a pitch that is taken, and the count's 1-2. Angels have a couple of Hunters out there. Hunter Strickland on the mound, and Hunter Dozier is over there at first base. Here's the next pitch. It's popped in the air, not far from the mound. Let's see who's going to call. It's a new third baseman, and that is Cole Fontenelle, who makes the grab on that one. And so that will be out number 1. So the new look around the infield for the Angels. Hunter Dozier at first, Richie Martin at second. Cole Fontenelle is the third baseman. He just made that put out. Kyron Paris is now at short. Mickey Moniak's in left. Jake Marisnick's in center. Joe Adell's playing right field. And the pitch on its way. That one, Ryan McMahon takes ball 1. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Angels pitchers today have been pretty economical with their pitches, as Strickland has got a quick out already in this inning. 10 of the 16 outs recorded by Angels pitchers coming on 3 or fewer pitches. So you always like to see that, Bob.
The staff has preached that all spring.
Well, get quick outs, don't run deep in counts. There's a pitch on the outside part of the plate. That's a called strike.
Work on the at-bat, getting the hitter out and not lighting up the gun or impressing the metrics on spin and location. Understand the competition and get them out as quickly as possible.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Strickland is ready, and the next pitch lined into left field. Coming in a couple of feet, making the catch on that low liner is about waist high as Mickey Moniak. That'll be the second out. So 2 are gone.
Mickey is an above-average defensive player, and it's good to see him in left field. He played a lot of center and right last year.
Here's the pitch, and that ball's drilled down the right field side, and that is a fair ball. It hits off the base of the wall. Runner heads for second and cruises in with a 2-out double. That was Drew Romo, who was batting for the first time. He came in a couple of innings ago for Diaz, the starting catcher. Romo with a 2-out hit.
Strickland looking to be a piece of the puzzle in the bullpen. Championships are won in the bullpen. The Angels are trying to put one together that will get them there.
So here at the plate now is Toglia, and the first pitch on him, he's taking it's in there for a called strike. First at bat for their first baseman now in the game, Michael Toglia. It's a lefty hitter. Here's the pitch. Swings and hits a fly ball to left field. Going back on that one is Moniak. He's on the warning track. He'll make the catch on that one. And that is how the inning will end. Had the 2-out double and leave a runner on. 7th inning right around the corner. Angels down by a pair. 3-1 Rockies. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio. Also available on the Angels Radio app. few changes for the Rockies as the Angels are set to bat here in the 7th inning. Mickey Moniak is the Angel batter, and this is his first time up today. The new pitcher is Justin Lawrence. Here's his pitch, and that's on the outside part of the plate on Moniak. He's hitting out a Taylor Ward spot. Ward had a nice day. He was 2 for 3, had a double, drove in a run. Here's the next one on Moniak. He swings at that and hits a high fly ball into shallow left center. The left fielder is going to take charge. That's Zach Bean who makes the grab, and Moniak is an easy out. So one away. Fans, don't forget you can experience Angels baseball with the Coca-Cola Family Fun Pack. For just $44, you get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. Visit angels.com/funpack. Hunter Dozier batting for the first time today. That's a pitch in there on him for strike 1. Sitting out a Shonowell spot. Nolan Shonowell had a 2 for 3 day with a stolen base. Coco Montez is the new second baseman. Pitch fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. They have a new third baseman, and that is Aaron Schunk over there at third base as he took over for Ryan McMahon. The balls and 2 strikes to count on Dozier. Here's the next pitch from Lawrence, and that's a called third strike. He caught the outside corner. That'll be the second out.
Lawrence throws from that 3/4 from the third base side. It's a tough look for a right-hander, especially having your first at-bat of the day, and he dotted the I on the outside corner for strike 3.
Lawrence, a guy who was born in Panama. And the pitch, that's a shot into right center field. That's going to drop in. Jake Marisnick, first ball swinging, has a 2-out hit.
After seeing that breaking ball to Hunter Dozier, Jake was looking for the fastball. He got it out over the plate and drilled it in the right center field.
Angels have a base runner. And digging in, this looks like Fontenelle at the plate. There's a toss over to first base, and Marisnick gets back.
Even with the score 3-1, Jake wants to show that he could get a jump, steal a base. Rom wants guys to show what they can do. I wouldn't be surprised.
There goes the runner. He was on the move. The pitch was taken. The throw to second's late. Stolen base right there. So the Angels, sure enough, aggressive on the bases today. Couple steals for the Angels here in this ball game. They sit here, could mean a run. Fontenelle swings and misses that pitch. Lawrence is a guy he can throw hard, even though he does drop down. He'll throw that sinker, and he also has a sweeper that he'll use. He was in 69 games last year for the Rockies. There's a pickoff toss to second, and diving back to the bag goes Marisnick. Lawrence did some closing for them last year when they had some trouble with their regular closer, Daniel Bard. And so he lost his role. This guy took over for a while as the closer for the Rockies. It was a rough year for Colorado, a team that a year ago won just 59 games, lost 103. This one fouled off, and the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5 straight losing seasons for Colorado coming into this year. They've had only 2 winning seasons in the last 13 years. And they finished in dead last in the NL West last year. They were 41 games under the division-leading Dodgers. 41 games out of first place. Another pickoff toss to second, and Marisnick gets back.
And the batter, Cole Fontenelle, is one of the really fine prospects in the Angel organization. A guy with a really bright future.
Here's the pitch. Swings at that one and chops one on the first base side. It's a fair ball, they say, and it's fielded there by Toglia. It'll go to the bag, and that is how the inning will end on the unassisted play. 7th inning stretch time coming up at Salt River Fields. It is still 3-1 Colorado. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app. Angels have a new battery. Jimmy Herget will take over. 6th pitcher of the day, replaces Hunter Strickland, who had a scoreless bottom of the 6th. And the new Angel catcher, just a teenager, and he just turned 18 a few days ago, Juan Flores behind the plate. There's a pitch right in there for a called strike. Bradley Zimmer is the batter for Colorado, a veteran player trying to open up some eyes in the Rockies camp this spring. And here's the next one from Herget. A fly ball lifted into left field. Moniak is backpedaling. Now he's under, and a few feet from the rim of the track, he'll make the catch. Quick.
Power up your capability with the right Kia SUV.
He is a guy that could be a senior in high school if he was going to high school in the U.S. Here's the pitch on its way, and that's a pitch on the outside part of the plate for a called strike.
Terry, you mentioned Flores as a teenager. He reminds me of a teenager I had in Texas named Pudge Rodriguez.
Wow.
Same actions.
Wow. That's some high praise right there, and there's a pitch that is in there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Played in rookie ball last year in the Angels organization, native of Venezuela, the young Angel catcher. And here's the next delivery. That one is inside. Missed for a ball, 1-2. I saw down at the lower fields before the exhibition game started, they were doing some catching drills, and Flores was part of it with all the other Angel catchers, including the ones that figure to be on the Angels opening day roster. O'Hoppe and Theis, and Chad Wallach was there, and a lot of the other catchers, Humphreys, who we've seen already in this ball game. And Ron Washington was hitting fungos at those catchers to get them to feel what it was like as far as a throw coming in hard or something like that from the outfield to block the play, try and stop it and put the tag on. And Flores, other than O'Hoppe, was right there in that drill, as good as any of the catchers participating in that drill. Full count. It's now 3-2. This is the first baseman where Trejo at the plate, and on that pitch there, he takes it, and that pitch is going to be ball 4. So he is on with a 1-out walk. Runner on. Charlie Blackmon is slated to bat. And they're going to pinch hit for him. So a right-handed hitter is batting, and this is Montero's at the plate. Luis Montero, the batter. 1 ball and no strikes is the count. Here's the next pitch, and that one is a pitch that's on the outside corner for a called strike. Let's pause for stations to identify themselves. You're watching Angels baseball on Bally Sports West and listening on Angels Radio. There goes the runner at first. He's breaking. Herget wheels around, throws to second, and applying the tag on that base runner and getting him out easily will be Kyron Paris, the Angels shortstop.
Good awareness by Herget and good teamwork. Everyone alerting him that the runner broke early. I wish he pitched to the plate and we had a chance to see Flores throw. Jerry Narron, who is the catching coach and the ex-Major League manager, one of the great baseball men on this staff around Washington.
Here's the next delivery. Montero swings at that one, fouls it back behind the plate.
Has the highest praise for Flores. He's been around a lot of them, and he thinks this young man has as bright a future as anyone in the game of baseball.
So 1-2 is the count. 2 outs now in the inning. Angels pitchers have picked off some base runners today, and there's a called third strike on the inside corner, and the inning is over. So Herget gets a scoreless inning of work in. 8th inning is coming up. The Angels are trailing the Rockies 3-1 here in Scottsdale. You're watching Bally Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
Ricky Martin.
First batter for the Angels is Richie Martin. And there's a new battery in the ball game for the Rockies. This is Martin's first time up. He's hitting out a Drury spot. He replaced him at second base. Here's the pitch on its way. That's a little bit low. New catcher is in the ball game for the Colorado Rockies, and they have a new pitcher on the mound as well. Time called. Stepping out of the batter's box is Martin. Riley Pint is the pitcher, former first-round pick of the Rockies, but back in 2016, he was in one game for Colorado last year, and the delivery that runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Braxton Fulford is the catcher. And there's a pitch right in there for a called strike. Angels today, just the 1 run, and that came back in the top of the 2nd inning. Here's the next pitch on Martin. Ground ball hit to short. Charging is the shortstop. It's Trejo, and the throw is in time. Martin is set down. 1 gone. The new pitcher for the Rockies, last name is pronounced Pint. Riley Pint, P-I-N-T. Here's the pitch, and that's a chase and a miss. Joe Adell is the batter. This is his first time up.
It's a tough look. First at bat off the bench, breaking balls away from a 3/4 delivery.
Next delivery, and Adell checking on that one. They say he was holding. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Pint, the new pitcher, replacing Justin Lawrence. He had a scoreless inning against the Angels last inning, and here's a line drive off the bat of Adell, and going down to make the catch on it is Coco Montez, the second baseman. Sinking liner. Adell hit it hard, but he's retired. 2 are gone.
And Joe's hitting without the leg kick this year, an Ohtani style approach to the ball, and has had very good success.
So here's Flores, the young catcher at the plate, 18 years old. He takes that pitch, and it misses inside for ball 1. Here's the next pitch, and that one is a little low and away. Miguel Sano would be up next if Flores can keep this inning alive. 2 outs, no one on. And the delivery, that's low. It's back behind the plate. No one on base, though, and the count 3-0 on the young Angel catcher. Outfield straight away, infield backed up with 2 outs. Here's the next delivery, and that one is outside, and that is a 4-pitch walk. So Flores is on, and Sano will get a chance to bat.
And Sano was signed by the Angels and then had visa problems, was stuck in the Dominican, took a flight out of Dominican, had a 3-hour layover to Atlanta, showed up at 12:30 in the morning, and then was in the game that day.
Right-handed batter with a lot of power, and the first pitch, that one is right in there for a called strike. A few years back, he was one of the more feared hitters in the American League when he was with the Minnesota Twins. Miguel Sano. Swings and fouls that pitch back behind the plate. And the count's quickly 0 balls and 2 strikes. Had a pair of 30 homer seasons. 2019, 2021. But did not play last year. And trying to resurrect his career.
Got a little out of shape, got injured, had no contracts, and now he has one, trying to make the best of it.
Last time he played in the big leagues, the 2022 season, he swings at that one and fouls it back, and he lost some weight too.
Looks good.
Yeah. This might be the best shape he's been in a long time. He was a guy that we were hearing when he didn't play last year, got over 300 pounds. But he has lost some 50 pounds over the last year or so. He was playing winter ball this year. Toss over to first base. Back to the bag goes Flores. He's the 2-out base runner.
Taking a lot of reps at third base as well as first base.
Here comes the next pitch. And that one is low, and it skips by the catcher, Fulford. So moving up to second in scoring position is Flores. It's a wild pitch.
And Terry, you know, in spring training, you have the progression. You come in, you get the soft toss, you get a little batting practice. Then you get live batting practice where you get to see your own pitchers pitching. And then you get into the game. He's without any of that prep. He actually looks pretty good at the plate.
Yeah. Here's the next delivery. Sano swings at that one and drives the ball into left center field, but it's hanging up, and under to make the catch is Bradley Zimmer, the center fielder. That will wrap up the inning. Angels leave a runner in scoring position. 10 stranded in this game for the Angels. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still a 3-1 Rockies lead. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app. Angels bring in their 7th pitcher of the day. It's Joel Hurtado, who was an A-ball last year. Young pitcher. The Angels signed a couple years ago. He was in A-ball, 22 games, 10 starts a year ago for the Angels. He's ready. Here's the pitch. And the first one on Zach Bean. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. This bottom of the 8th inning. It's being brought to you by the All-Star team at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. Rotolo is pursuing excellence every day. You can visit them at rotolo.com. There's ball 2. It's 2-0, and that last pitch, 98 miles per hour.
One of the young guns, prospects who are on their way.
And here's the next delivery, and that one is a pitch that's fouled off right by the plate. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike.
See young pitchers out of the Angels organization coming up now, firing the ball, throwing in the high 90s, having breaking balls, and poise. And those type of pitchers can come quickly.
Hurtado is 23 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Here's his delivery. Ground ball hit right to second, and it skips away there from Richie Martin, and he's going to be charged with an error. That should have been out number 1.
Ron Washington will make a note of that. He likes balls being hit in the infield, and he likes them to be covered. He thinks that that's going to be a strength of this team, and he wants to continue to work on it.
Jordan Beck will be the batter. This is his first time up. He came in to take over in left field for Nolan Jones, right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Yeah, that one is a little bit outside. And the Angels signed Hurtado back in June of 2022. He received just a $10,000 signing bonus. And this is a guy we've seen throw 98 already here today. There goes the runner at first. Pitch is high. The throw by Flores. And out at second base is the base runner. Bean is gunned down, and there's the throwing arm of the young teenager right there. Juan Flores throws out the runner.
Runner had a good jump, really tough pitch to handle, up and in. He made the exchange. His footwork was perfect, and the throw nailed his man.
So one gone in the inning. Next delivery, ground ball hit to third. Fumbled by Fontenelle, recovers, throws, and the throw takes the first baseman Dozier off the bag. So that could be another error here, and that's how they're going to score it. Well, maybe the Angels just want to see Flores throw another runner out at second here in this inning. We'll see how it plays out.
That's a nice play.
I don't think that was by design, though. So the next batter stepping up is Coco Montez. That's a pretty good baseball name right there. Right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Yeah, wow, that was way up and in. He had to move away from that pitch. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander against right-hander. Montez was in 18 games for the Rockies last year. Had some big league time. Hit just 184, and he takes that one for a called strike. His first name is Robert, but he goes by Coco. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Bottom of the 8th inning, 3-1 Rockies. We have not had a run on the board since the bottom of the 3rd inning. Things have really been quiet ever since. Pitch missed inside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Hurtado hunched over, looking in for the sign. Now pickoff toss over to first base, and Beck dives back to the bag safely.
Boy, that was a good job by a young player. The clock was running out on him. He had the awareness that he wasn't ready to throw the pitch to the plate, so he threw to first and reset.
Got a fresh 18 seconds on the pitch clock. There's a pitch that misses inside. 3-1 is the count. Taking a couple seconds off that pitch clock this year with base runners.
Yeah, and it's a problem for pitchers. It has to be dealt with, and somehow they have to get that 18-second awareness. It's going to run out here.
Yeah, he's in trouble of being called for a violation, and sure enough, there it is. The home plate umpire, Brock Ballou, indicating he didn't get the pitch off in time, and that came on a 3-ball count, so that's going to be ball 4. And Barry Enright, the Angels pitching coach, immediately out to the mound to try and settle down the young right-hander Hurtado. We'll have runners at first and second here with 1 out.
It gets spinning fast, and you know, the runners are on base, and that clock is ticking, and you're wondering about the pitch and the location and the hitter's weakness, and it needs to be practiced. It's a fundamental. I think the guy should sit in a room with blindfolds on and have an awareness of what 18 seconds is. Have to raise their hand when it's 16 seconds. Have to understand that time in space, because we saw Ben Joyce the other day totally get out of sorts because of the clock.
Right.
And it's part of the game now that you have to deal with.
So the meeting is over, and the next batter stepping up is Aaron Schunk. He's playing third base for them. This is his first time up. He's a right-handed batter. Here's the pitch, and that one hits him. So now the bases are loaded. And Hurtado is in some trouble. In his defense, though, there should be 2 outs in this inning. Angels have had 2 errors in the inning, but ever since people have gotten on base, that's when Hurtado has been unwinding a little bit here, so we'll check out Chunk before he goes to first base. Looks like he's going to stay in the ball game. 4 straight batters have reached base safely. The first 2 on errors, then the walk, now the hit batsman. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Yeah, the bases are loaded. Terry, I played with a minor leaguer. I won't mention his name, but he always wanted to write a book about his minor league experiences and say that the bases were loaded, and so was I, but the book never came out, you know.
So 1 out, bases loaded, and the pitch, and that's a little bit up and in for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. That fastball was at 96 miles per hour. Eagles trying to keep us a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. And here's the pitch. This is a high pop into very shallow right center. The second baseman, Martin's going to make the catch. He's only about 6 or 7 feet back on the outfield grass, and that's an easy out. Infield fly rule was in effect there, and so now with 2 outs, the batter is going to be Toglia, the first baseman, Michael Toglia.
And the Angels have touched all the bases here in spring training. That's an infield fly rule, and they've actually practiced dropping that infield fly rule and see what the base runners would do.
Here's the pitch. Lefty batter takes that one for a called strike.
Runners at first and second, or first, second, and third, and less than 2 outs. If the ball is easily caught by an infielder, it's called an infield fly. Batter is automatically out.
Right. Here's the next delivery, and that's in there on the outside corner, about knee high. Looked like a slider, and the count's 0-2. Sixteen pitches in the inning for Hurtado, and there's a swing and a miss. Came right back with another slider, struck him out, and that will wrap up the inning. So he did a good job. They didn't score in the inning. We're headed to the 9th. Angels trail at 3-1 against the Rockies. You're watching Valley Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app. So we go to the 9th inning. Kyron Paris will bat for the Angels. Here's a new pitcher in the ballgame. Angel Chivilli will take over. Right-hander against right-hander here. Chivilli replaces Pint, who had a scoreless inning on the first pitch on Paris. That's in there at 93 for a called strike. 0-1 to count. And now time was requested by Paris, so he's entitled to 1 in this at bat. Both teams with 8 hits. 3-1 Rockies lead it here in the 9th. And the next delivery, that's low and outside. It misses for a ball. Chivigi, he is the 7th pitcher to work for them. The Angels have used 7 pitchers today as well. And next delivery, it's a ground ball hit the third down to a knee to stop in his shunt. And his throw is in time. There's one away. The only Angel run in this ball game, an unearned run. And that was back in the top of the 2nd inning. Angel bats have been quiet today. Batter for the Angels is Mickey Moniak, and the pitch. And that is a pitch that misses for a ball. Bobby Valentine headed downstairs for Angels Live on Valley Sports West with Erica Weston. Erica will be chatting with Angels manager Ron Washington. We'll have that for you coming up at the conclusion of this ball game. Here's the pitch, and there's a swing and a miss by Moniak, and the count's 2 balls and a strike. Here's the next delivery. Moniak swings at that one and drills a ball in the gap in right center field. That's going to roll on out a little bit shy of the warning track. Throwing the ball back in is Beck, but at second base with a 1-out double will be Moniak, his first hit of the day. So the Angels will have the tying run coming to the plate. Today's attendance here at Salt River Fields, 4,324. Hunter Dozier is the batter, tying run at the plate. Right-hander against right-hander. Here's the pitch, and that is right in there for a called strike. Angel Chivigi is a minor league player who's getting a chance to pitch here. We'll see what the Angels can do against him here in the 9th. The next pitch, ground ball sharply hit the third, down to a knee to stop at his shunk. He'll throw to first in time, and Moniak has to hold at second. So a couple of ground balls to the third baseman in the inning, and the Angels are down to their final out today. Jake Marisnick will be the batter. Marisnick today, he has a single in his only time up. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. You never know. Sometimes, even with 2 outs in the 9th inning, a young pitcher on the mound, that final out's tough to get. We'll see if the Angels can keep this game alive. That pitch is low. And now the count's 2 balls and no strikes. Fontenelle would be up next. Marisnick, a veteran player, trying to win a reserve spot on the Angel roster. Here's the pitch, and he checks. Did he go after that one? Yes, he did. 2-1 is the count. Angels will be back in action tomorrow. And on Thursday afternoon baseball, the Angels will be back in Tempe against the Cleveland Guardians. Here's the next one on Marisnick. He lifts that one foul. It's back on the right side, way out of play. Angels down to their final strike in this game. Ball game tomorrow. Patrick Sandoval will pitch for the Angels, and Gavin Williams will get the start for Cleveland. 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. A little bit high. And it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So we'll see what gives on the next pitch, and here it comes, and it's low. He walked him. So it's not over yet. Tying run now on over at first base. Go ahead run at the plate in Fontenelle, who has grounded out his only time up. Lefty batter at the plate. Fontenelle waits the pitch. It's on its way. And that's right in there for a called strike. Fontenelle batting left-handed. He's a switch hitter. 7th round pick of the Angels. It was in the July draft last year. He played in A ball and rookie ball. 261 batting average. Next delivery, it's grounded softly near second. It's stopped though, and the throw to first is in time. Montez gets the throw over there, and the ball game ends on that ground out. So the Rockies come away with the victory here today as they beat the Angels by the final of 3-1. Angels with the 1 run on 9 hits, commit 2 errors today. And the Angels left 12 runners on base. The Rockies today with 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. And as it turns out, Colorado ends up leaving a total of 7 on base. Angels dropping this game here against Colorado, and as I mentioned, get ready for action tomorrow when the Angels will be hosting the Cleveland Guardians. Friday, the Angels will be in Peoria to take on the Padres, and Reed Detmers will make his Cactus League debut in that ball game for the Angels. Well, we're going to take you down to the field. Looks like Erica Weston is standing by with Angels manager Ron Washington.
Thanks very much, Terry. You see it right there. He's waving right at you. You got him. You got him. You're looking right at him. All right, Wash, I want to ask you about your pitching early on in this one. Some quick and pretty efficient outings for a lot of the guys that we saw today. How much of that is being emphasized in camp? Get these hitters out pretty much as quickly as possible.
Well, that's what we're certainly trying to get them to do, is to be efficient with their pitches, because when you are early, it helps you to get to the back of the game. And I thought we did a good job. And, you know, they just got on Anderson in that second inning and put 2 runs on the board. And we had our opportunities, but we just couldn't cash them in. But I thought the pitching did well.
Nolan Shawnewa looks really locked in. I had a couple of hard-hit balls today. How impressed have you been the first handful of games seeing him out there?
Well, very impressive. You know, they said he had bat-to-ball skill, and he shows it every day that he's out there. But the thing I'm most impressed about is how he's coming along on his defense.
Last one for you, Wash. How about Taylor Ward, especially considering the injury he was coming off from last season that ended his season last year? Another pair of hits today, a run driven in as well. How impressive has he been? He's been very impressive. He don't seem to have any effects from it. He's seeing the ball and he's putting the bat on it. And that's what they say he can do very well. And so far, that's what I've seen. Thanks for the time. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. All right, guys.
All right, thank Erica. And again, the Angels drop it today to the Rockies by the final score of 3-1. We want to thank you for tuning in, either on Bally Sports West or on Angels Radio. For those of you who are watching on Bally Sports West, Erica Weston and Bobby Valentine will have a lot more post-game analysis for you. That's coming up on Angels Live. And on Angels Radio, more post-game coverage as well. Thanks for joining us today. You've been watching Bally Sports West and listening on Angels Radio, and also available on the Angels Radio app.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who